Good evening, everybody. Pardon the glasses again. I just wanted to talk briefly about American denominational diversity. This is the post that we had back in June that I somehow let go under my radar and didn't get done in time. So I just want to talk briefly about Catholicism. It had a very significant impact on American history, not just from a religious standpoint, but from a political aspect, which I'll discuss at the end of my talk. One of the biggest early figures in the rise of Catholicism in the 19th century was Isaac Hecker. He was born in New York City in a non-Catholic household. His dates are from 1819 to 1888. So, under his search for spirituality led him to the Catholic Church in 1844. He devoted the rest of his life, 44 years, to, and as it says in the book by Mark Knoll, the rest of his life after his conversion to Catholicism, he devoted to accommodating an expansive vision of God to the structures of Catholicism and to ardent labors on behalf of the new faith. In 1845, he became the member of the Redemptorists, an order that recently arrived in the United States to work with German immigrants, and special attention to Hecker to evangelizing Catholic churches among the American population at large. So he had an evangelistic spirit, which wasn't really what Catholicism really was to that point. And he was an influential church leader, and amongst a number of what's called transcendentalists who turned to Catholicism in the course of their lives. And so big figure. And after his death, controversy between the papacy in Rome and the Roman Catholicism in the United States became a controversy. His approach in its extreme form, as it says here, is called the Americanist controversy, and it raises the question of how far the traditions of the Catholic Church could be accommodated to the New World notions of freedom of evangelism and spiritual illumination. So basically it leads to the Americanization of Catholicism, which is not what the papacy in Rome really did not embrace that at all. And basically it's a matter of tailoring the Catholic Church doctrine and to Americanism, American values, finding its place in American society that's becoming more and more secular. And also during this period, John Hughes, who was a New York City Roman Catholic as well, as the book states in page 191, it makes a brief description of his struggles to get a Catholic instruction in schools, because until that point, most school systems only had Protestantism as the basis for their religious instruction, and John Hughes fought to have Catholic instruction in schools. He lost, but in losing, he was able to usher in an era of parochial schools, Catholic schools that are attached to the Catholic Church and provide Catholic-based instruction outside of the public school system. So, also, as a way of, the Americanization of Catholicism also on a rise in the mid-20th century after World War II, and that culminated in the election of John F. Kennedy as the first Catholic president in the United States in 1960. So Catholicism had really, in about a century and a quarter, from the mid-1800s to around 1960, not even quite that long, had really taken a significant step forward in American society and had really become instrumental in in American life and political life too. The concern in 1960 was that a Catholic president would take his orders from the Vatican and not the American people, and that turned out to be not the case. President Kennedy, even though he was a Catholic, did not wear his heart on his sleeve, his faith on his sleeve, and he did become an effective president, probably more so in hindsight after his assassination than he really was at the time of his presidency. But that's history. History has that effect on presidencies. Thank you for listening. I hope that I made my points pretty well, and hope you like it.